to kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the place. I'm talking one art, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, it's one art, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go!
So we're meeting Ramita. Actually, she is already over there. So we're meeting her, and then we're meeting up with Noah so we can coordinate and plan for Monday. We're meeting Ryan at 8:30.
I'm excited about our meeting with Ryan and Sydney about a real move. You know, I feel like we are bringing something really unique to them, a different perspective.
How is the market?
Boston market is cooling down a little bit.
Is it? Which is great.
Much needed. Much needed for buyers. Dollar-wise,
Things aren't selling in 10 seconds?
depends on the property and location. For example, I picked up a listing last weekend, and I showed it Saturday, not on the market yet. How's the market over here?
Not as great, but like it's the same thing. If it's well priced and it's in a great location, it'll move quickly. But it's still an educational process. Sellers in New York are very, very greedy, you know? And everything here can be very expensive, so it's tough to understand.
Is there still a COVID rebate or discount?
Not really. It's not COVID anymore. Now it's just sort of like, all right, it's been on the market for a year, what do you want to do? Last year we did a lot of COVID deals because it was just pure fear, right? And we would use that against sellers to say, listen, the market's really, really tough. Who knows when it's going to come back? People are saying there's a second wave. You want to roll the dice? Like just less demand from purchasers who haven't come back yet.
Yeah.
Right. So it's New Yorkers who haven't come back. And those are the people that buy the big apartments for the kids and the families. But that'll pick up more and more over the summer, more and more into the fall.
That's good. What's the major obstacle you had as an attorney?
Listen, to any business, the devil's in the details. So it's not just, okay, we're going to open up a brokerage and sell property. There's a lot of details that go into it. So it's, all right, so how can we do that legally, and what's all the paperwork that's needed, and all the infrastructure and the systems and the processes and like every little thing. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work. But we had COVID. It's like as a blessing in disguise to give us the time to allow us to set everything up.
Got it. Yeah, I remember when I opened my brokerage, it literally took me 6 months just to get approval.
Yeah.
Because the board in Boston, they just leave it there.
Yeah.
They leave it in the back burner. I had to go in there first and what's going on. I'm paying rent for my office for 6 months.
Yeah.
Where's my license? What's one advice you would give somebody who wants to open a new business?
Let's open a new business.
Any type of business.
I would say make sure you have business already, and so you are ready to go. So any setbacks, you're okay because you have as many balls in the air as possible. Or two, you've got to be able to have the capital and have the wherewithal. What you see a lot with people starting new businesses is they don't think through absolutely everything and every single expense because it all adds up. Like every little thing adds up. And then they don't have the business yet because it's a new business. And then in 3 to 6 months, they're drowning in expenses that they didn't anticipate, but they needed the time to get the business up and running, to push the product. So if you don't have the capital, then you need to already have the business. And you don't have to go so big, right? Like we went big because I don't know how to do it any other way, but like we didn't need to take the whole building in the middle of Soho. We could have just done a WeWork or a second floor something or other, and kept it super minimal, downplayed everything, but for brokerage anyway, like we're professional marketers, so for us it's really about, like what are we selling? This is a big part of like the culture, like where you work, how your people are, what's the vibe, what's the energy, because that's really what they're hiring.
What's one thing you could tell someone who's uncomfortable to get company?
Every single person around you is uncomfortable. Like it's kind of what I learned when I was super shy when I was a little kid, and I had to learn pretty quickly that, well, everyone's uncomfortable. And so you just have to go out on a limb, and you have to do it with like little micro wins, which we talk about a lot. Right? So if you're uncomfortable in crowds of people, don't go to a room full of 1,000 people and then just try to meet people right away. Right? Start small. Like join a networking group with 10 people. Get comfortable saying hello to those 10 people every time you see them and talking about yourself. And then slowly expand it from there, just like anything.
Yeah.
Like you don't run a marathon like on day one.
Yep.
And you train for like years.
One of the things that I'm always curious about you is, I mean, with the different markets, right? So what do you learn? Have you learned anything like collaborating or talking to people from different markets?
I learned so much from you guys and from all the course members, especially all the pro members, about their markets, because there are things that we just don't ever do in New York. It's like, how do you generate leads? How do you market your brand and build your brand in an area where 1 million people a day don't go by your office? How do you meet sellers? Like, what is your pitch? How do you negotiate? How do you deal in multiple offer situations? How do you deal with low inventory? And everyone does it differently. So I learned so much from everyone in different states and in different countries.
One of the coolest things that you guys have created, like you and the mentors, you created a culture, right? So like your community, like your family.
Yeah.
That is the culture of real estate, right? Helping each other.
Yeah.
How does that help your business personally? Like this culture that we are part of.
Listen, I never expected the course and the members program to be as big as it is. But I use it when I talk to agents and when I talk to developers and sellers every day. It's a part of our pitch package. It's a part of everything. Where I'm able to say, listen, I don't just have random offices in different cities. Like, this is our network. Right? We have right now, over 7,000 agents in our immediate network that know me, that work with me, that have been trained by me, that get it. I talk to them in monthly Zooms. We go through everything together. The pro members are part of the Slack channel. I mean, I'll sit there and tell developers, like, I can put your building, I'll just Slack 200, whatever, pro members around the world right now.
Yeah.
We're crushing it. No other broker can do that. And so it works. It's a good differentiator for us. I mean, it's like part of the brand now, right?
Obviously, there was a lull in business over quarantine and COVID, but buyers are back. New York City, as you can feel, like the energy of people have come back. It's just changed in terms of, we're not doing open houses. We're doing open houses by appointment, which I actually like. I hope that stays because you're not sitting there for 2 hours and no one comes. Right?
Pretty good.
You can target people who are serious buyers. Which is awesome. You can pay more attention to them when they're walking through. There's not like 10 people coming through.
Do you think it would be a shift still in real estate, even though the restrictions have been lifted?
I just feel like New York is crazy in general. Like literally the market, I'm like, it's just been insane. So I think this will help for sure. It'll help people feel more comfortable. I think people are excited about the market. But I just think like, buyers are out, buyers are active, they're serious, interest rates are still good. So, people just want more space and they're excited about New York City. January, December, February, like bidding wars for townhouses. Yes. Wow. Crazy. And now Manhattan's picked up too. I got in a few bidding wars for a condo in Tribeca.
Okay. Pretty good.
Yeah, over ask. Yeah. So it's just like exciting to see. I know. Like,
So awesome.
the market's turning and like our listings are moving quickly. Like Serhant's great. Obviously we're good at what we do, but we also have the people coming back to the city.
Yeah, that's exactly why we're in Boston. That's what we do. We live doing
Yeah.
average between 10 to 21
Yeah.
over asking offers.
Wow.
It's pretty brutal.
So my market is in North Carolina,
Right.
Durham area, which is in the center, and actually people are putting 20-30% above asking. Multiple offer wars, all cash, no contingency, some people even waiving inspections. It's like people are literally putting 6 to even 10 offers before they actually get an offer accepted.
Wow.
It's literally a battle.
And it's going quick. Like it's not like is that like right off a couple days on the
No,
market or it's
no.
like
This is like a couple hours.
wow.
Yeah, you put it on the market and you have like 10
That's
brokers calling
so
you.
crazy.
You're like, call me about a listing.
Right.
And I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, I put a duplex like on.
Right.
You know, and I still get calls even though it's under contract.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, in case it doesn't
For
work
sure.
out. So Google's about to invest $1 billion, and it's already people are like losing their mind, like overpaying, which will eventually, you know, the property value will go naturally go up, right? But even in the last 6 months, it's going to get higher.
Right.
So in my neighborhood, like we bought our house for $307. Now I can sell it for $400,000.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
How long
really
is that?
good.
3 years?
3 years, but it really has, like, the value has increased the last year.
Like, can I buy your property?
Yeah.
Name your price, and people are like, no, we want to be here, but
Yeah.
people are
We're
like,
here
just
for
tell
a
me,
reason.
right?
Yeah.
And they're like, just tell me, we'll pay cash, we'll pay anything. There
Yeah.
just wasn't enough inventory, and things were going so quickly. They just couldn't keep up. The
funny.
demand is there.
It's funny you say that because that's what we're doing in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
we're going to neighborhoods to like us. We just go to one auction and like, I gotta buy for this.
right.
Name the price.
Do you guys ever door knock in New York?
We do in Brooklyn. We put like door hangers on doors, saying like who we are, so people know us. But
Is it
yeah,
effective?
I would say. I mean, it works sometimes. Like you said,
Yeah.
you never know.
Sometimes. It's not all
Yeah,
the time.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's more like being a friendly neighbor, like hey, like say talking to someone in the neighborhood rather than like we want to buy your property, can you leave type of thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's pretty much consistent in any market.
Yeah.
Right. Door knocking. You know, you will
Right.
get maybe like 1 out of 10. You know, lead 1 lead out of 10 door knocks.
Right.
so
That's
much.
awesome. I was so
Man, this is awesome because it's such a small world. Because we kind of, we're like we know you through
I
the
know.
show.
That's what I say. I'm always like I'm here to help too, and
And
I hope.
send you some referrals.
Yes.
Because, you know, I've sent Ryan a bunch of
Yeah.
Because that's how I got to know Ryan. It's like,
Right.
before you even started the course.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, interesting.
I sent him a $5 million referral.
Wow.
And he and it was like, you know, when you're a fan of someone, you're like, he's never gonna email me
Right.
back.
No, he's great.
And he's like
So
a
responsive.
couple hours later.
Oh my gosh. I'm
It's
sure it
like,
was
let's set
probably
up
like
the meeting.
minutes. I'm
Yeah.
always like sending him something. He responds. I'm like, when do you sleep?
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep, and he does it all.
Well, probably thank you.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for making time.
Perfect.
Like,
I know. I'm like, gotta go. Time's up.